see a lot of people come in like thinking that their coin is a mint error, and you're like, oh, please, no, it's not. It's not a double die, I promise you.
Now, I know you're Mr. Internet, but my best advice to people is to get off of the internet for the get-rich-quick schemes. The clickbait, it's awful. None of that. 98% of that is not true. If it was easy to find thousands of dollars of the coins in circulation, we'd all be rich.
Right.
I don't look at my circulating coins because to find one out of every million coins that's worth something isn't worth my time. Now, that's not to say that some people don't find something of interest, but they don't usually find something of value. And the double dies that they advertise on the internet and talk about and want you to look for, most of what you're finding is strike doubling, which is worthless.
Right.
So just don't. If you look at one of those sites and you see something and they're touting something as being so great and you think you have one, email them.
Yeah.
Let them worry about telling you that it's not what you think it is, or it's not really worth what they said it's worth.
I try to explain to people they are called rare coins because they are
for
rare.
A reason. That's right. Yeah, there's nothing in circulation today that is worthwhile.
Yeah.
And that's a very general statement. Every now and then people are going to find some things. People search half-dollar rolls and find clad halves still and a few silver pieces, but it's the exception to the rule. But you're not going to find a 69 double die in a roll. I mean, yes, one person did. It's exactly like hitting the lottery. And if I'm going to waste my good luck, I'm going to want the $4 million or $10 million lottery, not the $50,000 69S double die.
So are you a mint error kind of collector, or do you collect everything?
Well, I collect bus coins by dime marriage from the first U.S. Mint, half dimes through dollars.
Okay.
So that's my specialty. So that's what I actively collect. I accumulate other things. I have a box full of coins that I say is my talk box that I can take to schools or civic organizations, different places, and give a talk on a moment's notice.
Okay.
And lay the coins out and let people experience coins that may have been on the money changer's table when Christ turned it over in the temple. Or my favorite thing is to ask somebody, who's your favorite person in history? And when they tell me, I give them a coin that they could have handled. And that gives them a direct connection to their favorite person in history. So that seems to work very well and stimulates some conversation. Mint errors are cool. Real mint errors are cool. And most of what I like are striking errors, not, double dies are okay. Not one of my favorites, but I would much rather find a striking error, an off-center strike, double or flip over double, or something like that. I have a few off-metal strikes at the other store, which I think are very cool. I've always liked 11-cent pieces.
Okay.
Where already struck dime gets fed into the cent chamber and gets a cent strike over the top of an already struck dime. So those are pretty cool. Those are the kind of errors that are meaningful.
I think so too. Can you talk about how errors actually get released from the mint? I mean, some people think that, a lot of people comment on my videos and they say, a mint employee had to take that out and resell it, you know what I mean? Can you talk about how they get out? There are
some of those that, get out that way. But basically, if you know that struck coins go into a pan, basically with holes drilled in it, that lets that size coin fall through. It's called a riddler, and it shakes. And so as long as the coin at some point can turn and fall through that hole, it'll go into a ballistic bag and get distributed. So that's how does an off-center coin get out? Well, it tilts up at some point and falls through the hole. They don't all lay perfectly flat. So the really wild stuff, when you see a clump of cents together that are 14 cents struck together.
It's kind of questionable.
Yeah, I'm thinking somebody helped that out the back door. But
like the double strikes that are, off center, obviously those aren't going into coin rolls. So those go into the bags, and then when they
break the bags, somebody there
discovers
them and takes them and sells them. Yes.
Okay.
So it's really, to me, neat that some of them get out. I think, the Mint's selling waffle coins now, which are, coins that they've taken out and mutilated because they didn't meet standard. Well, the error guys probably won't want me to say this, but I think the Mint's missing out on something. I think they could take naturally made errors and market them. And I think it would, in the long run, probably help the hobby, and let people know how it was made, put it out there with a description, or like they do with proof sets and mint sets, they sell them through their website. But they catch a lot of errors at the Mint that go back and are destroyed. So maybe it's not such a bad idea maybe to take some of them out and allow collectors to have them. Now, I'm not saying to specifically make errors,
right?
But ones that are made naturally, why go to the expense of destroying them when there's a market for them?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
And don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Feel free to check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I'll see you guys in the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.